Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. I may say it somewhere else in a clip. I'm making my clips like today's Saturday, just so I can get them done. We'll have a little bit of stuff on the truck, things like that. This is my little fishing kit. Okay, I need to put a little more line in it. This is a little pill bottle you find like at a dollar store, drugstores. I got this idea. I cannot tell you exactly what YouTuber it is, so I don't want to give credit where credit's not due. So I watch a lot of YouTube, so we're going to show you what's all inside of here, okay? Probably use this to pull it out to make it easier. That you can probably catch a 3 or 4 pound catfish. Another big one. This is probably only about 10 foot of line. I'm probably going to have about 20 foot. This is a Strand 20 pound test, green glow. Pretty small line. Okay, we'll just take everything out. We've got a swivel in case we ever wanted it for anything. Eye hook. If I ever make this, I'll show you. You can put an eye hook on at the end of your stick. You just use this branch off a tree, run your line through there, and you have something for the line to slip through. In fact, I'd put it down on the bottom, run your line through it, and then you tie your stick back by the handle and you kind of pull your string up and down. Okay, so you want to include that. Little hooks like for catching chubs, like little minnows, or little bluegills. And I like these. I'll take a picture. These you can squeeze together with your finger. They got like a little butterfly, little wings. That way you can kind of go, say here's your line. Put like a split shot here, then put this much line with your hook. So you're hooking your little bait. I use corn for bluegill. It kind of floats, and this is kind of pulling down all the time. As far as a bobber, you can use a stick. I have little bobbers. So you can carry a bobber in your backpack too, or just use a stick. Does anybody remember these? I can't tell you what batteries it takes. The batteries I have in there are thinner, so I use some cardboard. Does anybody remember these? They light up at night, and then you just put your string in here. Say your string goes across that slot. Does anybody remember these? Oh, probably 15 years ago or so, these were in the stores. So I've never used it. In fact, I only found one battery in the tackle box, so I don't think I've ever used the thing. But just thought I'd throw that in there. It's kind of an oddity. Okay, on to whatever clips you get to see. And if I don't say it on the end, thanks again for stopping by again and watching. We'll have some clips of what I'm working on the truck. Okay, this is how we're going to repair this rust up on here on the wheel well the box. We're going to use the PC7 epoxy. We're going to put a bunch around this hole. We're going to put this little patch in. Okay, then we have some foil tape we may use to kind of hold it down, with, you know, pop can springing. Okay, so it don't matter. Then this will go over top. Okay, well, it'll go this way, it's upside down. Then we're going to spray some bed liner on it when this is cured. Okay. It's not that I don't care to weld new metal in here, I just don't want to. I'm not going to spend all the time with the MIG welder and do all this one. It's good enough. It's just the old truck I have. I don't think it's going to rust out for a few more years again with undercoating over it. And this is aluminum, so. Oh, somebody's working with some kind of power tools, but we'll just bring you back when it's done. We'll take a few pictures, like say when we epoxied a little patch, then when we spread it before we put the other one on, tape it on. So that's about all you get until you see the finished product. So stay tuned. And there you go. And I got some spots. If you look over there towards that cord, I'm just going to use some little pieces of this. I'm going to grind it. Well, here's one right here. I'm just going to grind it, put some epoxy over it, not really in the hole, but around the hole, put a little piece of aluminum on there. So when that cures, I'll spray it with bed liner. I'll get some of that really good bed liner in a can. This may be painted up here. I may just put bed liner down here. So there you go. I patched the actual little hole, then put another piece over top it. This is more or less to keep water from going down through the box, because it goes down through the box and rusts everything underneath the box. So, this doesn't get drove much in the wintertime with the salt. I mean, it has been, but there you go. It's sticking up a little bit here, there. Good enough. Like I said, it's going to be undercoated when I'll kind of push it down as this stuff cures. You got quite a few hours working time with this sometimes. But, okay, on to something else. Okay, we did paint the rims to match the front with the same flat black paint, and up in there on the frame and the spring, That's that cheap undercoating I got, if you remember when I was doing the kitchen sink. It was real cheap junk. So when you look in there, you don't see rust. You see black spring, black frame, and then the side of the box. So we'll snap a real quick photo of that. So enough of that update on the truck. Okay, we've had to do this experiment a couple times here, and this is probably about the third take on this clip. Okay, this is a sending unit like goes in my truck. It's for your water temperature. Okay, mine doesn't work. This came out of an old intake. I believe it to be original. It actually had some dark blue paint on it like the intake did. Okay, how this works is, if you want to test to see if it's a sending unit, take a wire, jumper wire, like one of these, hook it to the wire going in the sending unit, ground it to some ground in the vehicle. When you turn your key on, your needle will go all the way to full, to hot. That shows there's no resistance, lets the needle go to hot. Okay, how these work, you can do this. How this works is, when it is cold, there's a lot of resistance. It's not going to let it go, okay? We're going to take some canned air. The number will go up. Okay, see how the number went up? Here, we'll get it on here. Okay, see how high the number is? Sorry about that. We don't want to retake this. See how high that number is? That's 1400 ohms. Okay, we're going to heat it up. There'll be less resistance, which will let your heat gauge go up further. So watch when I put the lighter onto it. Watch the numbers go down. Okay? Hotter it is, the less number it'll be. My batteries are getting low. We spent too much time on this experiment. Okay, that's good enough, okay? So that means your gauge is going to go towards hot because there's less resistance, which lets the needle go further. It gets a better ground. That's kind of common. That's how to say it so you can kind of understand. And let's have a better ground. Okay, we're going to cool it down again. Beware using this stuff. You turn it upside down, the butane comes out. We're kind of cheating. Don't do this at home and then complain if you started a fire. Okay, we're cooling it down with the air. See that? That's the butane. We'll get right on it. See how it's frosted? Like I said, don't do this at home with one of them cans of butane. See all that resistance? That's not going to let the needle go up very far. If this was hooked up on my dash, and you looked on the dash, which I thought about making a video, it'd probably really be buried down to nowhere. It looked like you didn't even have the key turned on. Okay, one more time now. Let's try to get this camera view. We're going to heat it up. The number will go down, which means there's less ohms resistance. Means the gauge can go towards full. We can do this. I'm not any good at this science stuff. Okay, I had it backwards. I filmed this once, had it all backwards, didn't know what I was doing, so I just got frustrated. I thought I was having a bad connection and stuff. See, hotter it gets. Don't get this too hot, it could explode. There could be mercury in here, so beware of that too. Don't just put a blowtorch on that. There you go. That's like, what, 80 some ohms? One more time with the spray. Let's see if we can keep them. I don't know if we can keep both in the thing here. We'll just use regular air. They may outlaw this computer duster spray stuff because all they're propelling is a butane. You turn it upside down, it warns you on the can, so I am putting a disclaimer. Numbers climbing again. See, that's butane. See it frost? See how high almost at RPMs. Okay, we went off the 2000 scale or whatever there. 2000 and whatever. So we actually went off the scale. So we have a lot of resistance. One more time, we don't want to make this too long. We're going to heat it up. There we go. She's dropping, she's dropping. We're going to try to change the mode to the 2000 scale. We'll go down to the 200 scale. There's nothing there. Let's heat it up and see if we can get it drop below 200 and see if it comes back on the meter. Just for the fun of it. There we go. That's where we had trouble with this meter. If I had my good meter out here, I wouldn't have trouble. So much trouble with the meter. There you go. I just popped off the ground wire. That's it. Enough of this experiment. You know how it works. I think you understand the principle of it and how to test it. just ground your sending wire to the frame and the needle goes to full, you know it's not the wiring in the truck. And this goes in a 1979 Ford F-150, in case anyone don't know. That's just new to my videos. So, there's the train horn. It's time to take a break. We'll move on to another subject for this Sunday in the shop.